so you can interact. And again, welcome to Birdland with King. All right, it should be popping up. Y'all knew. Coming up, man. Oh, oh, yeah. That's the German. Got to do that. That jam rock, man. Can y'all hear that? Murder. Oh my goodness. Welcome to Birdline. We live, right? Welcome to Birdline. It's your man here. You don't know me. My name's DELROY Marley. I'm here for the first time ever. The first time ever. On Welcome to Birdland, we have a guest host. I'm the host today, and I'm loving it. Thank you so much, King Brody, for letting me do this. Don't worry, we're still going to carry that same Baltimore flavor that he kicks every week, and he's giving me a list of things to talk about. So, first thing on the list, before we even get rolling, before I tell you more about myself, he has here to introduce the light night. He calls himself the light night of the sound table. I get it. It is all about the kingdom. Give it up for my man, DJ Rock. Nice. Give it up, man. You ready, man?
I'm ready, man.
Oh, this is going to be a good show. This is going to be a fabulous show, man. And it's going to be different. It's going to be so different. And I'm looking forward to working with you. You understand? So today, I got all these papers here, and I see everything from Justin Tucker, Shador Sanders, the Browns, Steve Smith, all kinds of nonsense. The Ravens drafted a kicker. So much to talk about. The Orioles. We're going to cover it all. But first, I got to make sure that you understand a couple of things about me. My name is DELROY Marley. Yes, my cousin is Bob. Musical family. We're going to talk a little bit about music today because I experienced something beautiful over the weekend. We're going to talk about that too. First, let me let you know. My name DELROY. Grew up in 9 Mile in Montego Bay. Not to be confused with 8 Mile or anything to do with Eminem. Nothing like that, man. Nothing. I will say this. I love my cousin Bob. He stole a song from me though. He got the idea from me. I should put it that way. I was having a disagreement with a woman. Bob's listening, Bob's into the love and be as one and all that. So, but I'm talking to this girl and I told her, I said, if you do what you're doing, don't worry about me. She said, what? I said, you need to worry about me, but don't worry about us. She said, what about what? I said, look, I said, every little thing is going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem because everything will not be right. But you, Bob, sitting there, he's like, Bob looks up at the sky sometimes, and sometimes it's that weed. Sometimes. But he looked up, he goes, he leaves the room, comes back, and he says, you should be saying, don't worry about a thing, because every little thing will be all right. Have you heard that, Rob?
I heard.
Man, that was my idea. It's a little more that was said, but we're going to let that go. But that's what happened, man. And I'm going to tell you one other thing. I had another song stolen from me, but I was trying to get even with Bob. I was trying to get even. So I took his song. He had the song One Love. So I'm listening to this beautiful song. Beautiful song. So I'm looking at it and I said, I'm going to take the song I'm going to take the exact title. And I'm taking the title. And I'm like, I'm just going to say One Love. I'm just going to make it One Love. And I'm going to say, and I had my music chink, 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 chink. And I was like, One Love. You're lucky just to have one love. And I said, you know, there's one love, you lucky to have one. And then little do I know these three bumper clots from Brooklyn start talking about one love, one love. You're lucky just to have just one love. Couldn't even sing, man. You know that song, Rock?
I know that song.
Oh my goodness, my feelings was hurt, man. They stole that from me. We had the same manager. I didn't know.
Okay.
I didn't know we had the same manager at the time, but I'm like, how did they come up with that? Three bumper clots, Houdini. I don't know if you know who they are. Let me give you. They stole it with that little weak dance move. I was upset. I did like the one with the hat though, but all right. Anyway, you see who Houdini is. But anyway, today I'm hoping that by the time this is over and people ask for the top 5 favorite Jamaicans. Of course, number one is going to be, it's without a doubt, it's going to be Bob. But I'm hoping within the next 5 years, you're going to say Delroy Marley.
Top 5?
In the top 5, man. I settle for number 5. I settle for number 5, man. I'm all about Jamaica. So I settle for, number 5, number 4, number 5. Just get me close. And I will be happy with that, man. But I was listening to some people right now. Bob is always number 1. Sometimes I hear Peter Tosh. I hear Jimmy Cliff. So sometimes people put Shaggy, but you know who shocked me, man?
Who?
Somebody says Snow.
Snow Jamaican?
In the top 5, man? Come on.
No, he don't even.
In the top 5, man.
What his song?
Something you should not do. We know this in Jamaica. You do not smoke weed and eat chitterlings. Because then you're high on the hog, man. That's what happened. So someone was high on the hog and said, "No, no, man. No, no, no." Anyway, just to get through that, before we even get into the other stuff, man, I want to give a shout out to you, DJ Rock.
Okay.
I had the great pleasure of watching you do your thing and a beautiful gospel concert. I didn't get a chance to speak with you because you were busy. But
thank you.
But you were fabulous, man. Do me a favor. I cannot remember all of the artists. Everyone was good. Can you mention everyone for me, please?
Yes, we had Monday WBG's on Monday Day Show.
Excellent.
The show. Then we had Ashley Foreman. She's actually the daughter of our headliner, Ralph Magwood.
I didn't know that.
Yes. We had the Quintet Sermon in the building, as well as the Palabations.
Man, let me tell you, man. Let me tell you from the way it went down. So let me just say from so the start of the show, the young lady from this station surprised me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know. I didn't know. Now I listen to you. That's the beauty of the internet. I can listen to your show in Jamaica and when I'm on tour.
Right.
So I catch when I can, but I did not know she could sing like that. And she opened the show. I know. Was she nervous?
Right.
She was. Was she had nothing to worry about. She did an excellent job. I will make sure what day is her show? What day?
Fridays at 3 p.m.
Fridays at 3. So I will make sure I will if I've had enough rest because I'm on tour myself. If I have enough rest, I want to call, but I'm certainly going to make sure that I post of I see love from some of the people. Some of the people look. My name Delroy. I don't know what's going on here. My name Delroy Marley. Except that 3 bumper clots. Anyway, she was excellent. And then who was the person that came up after her?
Ashley Foreman.
Now you said she is the daughter?
Yes, she's actually a nationally recorded artist.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, who does Buju Banton? I see some man named Brian Yetta. We don't say Yetta, it should be Yetta. Brian Yetta. Anyway, she was amazing. And she ended up later after the intermission, she sat next to me. But I didn't really talk to her because I figured she wanted to enjoy and probably to get a good look at the family coming up
Right.
to sing. So she did well. Then after her, the singer
Yeah, sermon
and Mr. Magwood.
is part of sermon. Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Magwood was pure. Oh, excellent day, man.
Yes.
Excellent day. You see me throw a dash of Spanish in my roster.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Ja. Try Ja love. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, and then Mr. Magwood went off and brought the instruments in. Listen, I was sitting there and I'm like, wait, wait, wait. There's no bass player. You know I'm partial to the bass. So I'm like, there's no bass, there's no guitars. What's going on here?
The bass was in the keyboard.
It definitely was, man. The keyboard player to my left,
Yeah.
he is outstanding, man. Playing the on one hand and hitting the solo in the other hand, and you still had another keyboard player. He was good too. Mr. Magwood on the percussion and the drummer. It was outstanding, man. And I I left off the group, like the three tops. What was their name?
The Palabations.
Oh, wait a minute. Well, who's their name again? What?
The Palabations.
And then the other singing group was who?
Sermon.
Sermon. Okay. I'm sorry. I skipped over. So yes, they came up and they actually changed. Changed. They came up from you listen. They had the pink glitter sparkly Charlie Wilson jacket and had their pink shoes, man. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. Yeah, now I can't do that now because I've seen it, but I would wear the same thing, man. Except I'd have to have green, yellow, and black. But it's okay. Jamaica. Anyway, they were good, and then they came back later and sang with Mr. Magwood.
Yes.
On the end. So Mr. Magwood, I saw him. I believe it was on the Core Show.
Yes.
I saw him do a little promotion.
Uh-huh.
It was fantastic. Me not go nowhere. What you say? What you say, Brian? What you say? Wagwan. That's the phrase of the day, Wagwan. Anyway, I just want to say it, and I can't stress enough. If you did not come to the gospel show, you missed a good. And do you intend? I know you have to. You plan on doing this again, I'm sure.
I gotta regroup first, man. It takes a lot out of you to make something happen like that. So I want to regroup before I make up my mind.
Mm-mm. What want to help you is I give you I give you a little Bob Marley to help you focus.
Okay.
Little Bob Marley, not the big ganja, not the big, just the little, not the tree, but the little weed, a Bob Marley weed, and that will help you focus.
I got you.
That's all I'm saying. So, with this being said, it was a beautiful show. Had I thought about it, I would have said, had you considered recording live, like
We did the audio. We recorded the audio. Once it get edited, I am gonna play it here on the station.
okay,
But the show was recorded live, the whole show, start to finish.
I love it. Okay, well, I'm looking forward to it. So you'll be playing it on the station.
I will.
Make sure you listen to WMEG online radio. You can pull it up on the TuneIn app. You can pull it you on the website. Is that correct?
Yes, and Apple Music.
Apple Music. Apple, all of you Apple people out there. I'm not in that zone. I don't have that kind of money. What I'm saving because I'm trying to get in the top 5. So I have to save and I working on my music video, but that's another story. Okay, DJ Rock Nice. Let's get into it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
We're going to talk about one of your favorite teams. And keep in mind, I don't necessarily have the same Old Bay flavor that King Brody uses. I'm going to have a little curry in mind. It's still flavorful. Yes, indeed. Okay, my agenda here. I see on the note Justin Tucker. Now,
Such a shame. Such a shame.
how do you feel about that? I'm gonna ask you. You die hard. You love Justin Tucker. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm butthurt right now.
What?
I'm butthurt right now, man. I just don't understand it. I don't know the full story, but for what I've been gathering, because I really didn't want to read the story because I didn't want to believe it. but from what I'm seeing, he got some happy endings at a massage parlor or something.
I I think that he did not quite get the happy ending, but I think he was trying to. So what I can recall, he was he was using his tool to touch the people, and he was leaving fluids on the table. So he did not actually get a happy ending, but he was trying, and he was accidentally touching someone's hand, someone's leg, someone, he was clearly excited to see the masseuse, but I don't think he actually got the ending with their assistance. I think alone by himself he got the ending.
Okay.
And I think that's what bonded him. By the way, Queen, I see this Queen Brody. Hello. Anyway, that's what I didn't happen. But do
So
you
where's the violation?
well you can't it, they did not press charges, but they banned him from the spas because they did not want to mislead or have that type of reputation. So the girls were uncomfortable. So they banned him from apparently it was 8 different spas, and there was, I believe it was 16 complaints.
So what does that have to do with the code of conduct with the NFL or the Ravens?
Well, the Ravens and the NFL, they try to keep an image. So think about this. When Deshaun Watson, it's very similar thing. Deshaun, what's the owner of the Patriots? Um, that's the one I will always try to mention
The
because
craft guy.
yes. So they all paid a price for massage parlor, and it's not good, no good. What, Queen? You had a chance to come right here. You could have been right, not right here, right here. You had a chance. You could defend. I know you got your Jamaican side. Wait till I bring in someone from Brooklyn, and wait till I bring in someone from Howard. Don't just share this. Get more ratings. That's all we need. Okay, Ron. So let me ask you. Uh, you sound to me like you are against what happened. You think he should still be on the team.
He didn't violate anyone. I mean, he got excited because the girl was cute.
So because he got excited, that should. But you got complaints. See, if there were no complaints, there would be no problem. Now, I believe this was 2012 to 2016.
Are you really talking about 9 years ago?
Well, I I I think it was because of the Baltimore banner that went on, and I don't know why they started, what made them go through this, but yeah, man, it's not a good look. You know what I
What
mean?
is the statute of limitations on
Well, apparently, I mean, if you look at Bill Cosby, there is no such. You can go back to Bill Cosby was skinny when some of this stuff happened that went through with him. Now, well, maybe that's different. I shouldn't say that because Bill was
that?
different.
The pneumatic film. That's a little.
Bill said you may be different. Uh, Justin did not give anyone anything. He just tried to. It seemed like he was hoping someone would give him a little activity. Activity. That's all I'm saying. But my 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 advice to Justin is try thy love.
Mm.
Try thy love. Because I think if Justin would have had his way, he would have said to the girl, now that we found love, what are we going to do with it? That's what I think he would have gone and
Yeah.
said.
Mm, mm, mm.
That's Mhm. So are you surprised? Are you surprised?
I am.
You surprised that he's gone?
Yes, and I didn't expect that out of him. I thought his character was a lot more stronger than that.
So do you believe that everything is true?
Yes, because you can't have smoke without fire. You may not see the flame, but if it's smoke there, it's a fire somewhere.
See, now speaking of smoke, you make me think Smoking Robinson. But I don't have enough info on that right now. But I would love to bring that up. We will talk about that later. But back to Justin. I based on a lot of what I was seeing in social media, especially people outside of Raven Nation, they were saying things like because he had such a bad year, it made it easy for them to release him because he did not have a spectacular, he did not have a Justin Tucker season. Would you agree with that?
I agree. I agree. You could tell that he had something going on. I'm not necessarily saying this is what he had going on, but he wasn't the Justin Tucker that we knew.
I'm just curious. Do you think now Justin Tucker relieved himself some type of ways, left some fluids on the table? Do you think at that crucial moment did he say shut up? No,
No, no.
I just okay. I just thought I'd ask. I don't know who's watching, but that's not a good thing for the man to yell Shaba at that crucial moment. Do you yell Shaba?
I don't roll shot. I
Oh,
don't.
okay, okay. Want to make sure. I want to look you in the eye. Do you? We're looking you in the eye. Do you say Shaba? What do you say?
I don't say much of anything.
You're just quiet. So at that crucial moment, you're just.
Yeah,
Are you sure? At that crucial moment, are you? Do you wear your glasses?
I do.
Oh no, no, no! Wait, wait, wait! I'm picturing they at least got to be crooked or something.
Nope.
They stay straight. All right, we'll conduct an investigation. Brian Yetta says Bill used PADs. Tucker left Royal Farms chicken grease. You know that's pretty good. I got to give you credit, and you're not even in Maryland. Oh, you were in Maryland. Thank you. The second for those people that live in Baltimore or in this area, Justin Tucker, all year long, his commercials ran for Royal Farms every day. I could watch one show, it'd be 3 times, 4 times in 30 minutes. He was on all the time. The second he was accused, gone. It was on. And I never, I to see him that much and to just immediately, immediately stop. It was surprising to me. Remember, Apollo Creed. Apollo Creed had commercials. The man that played Apollo,
Yes. Carl Weathers.
and then he died, and they still kept running his commercials for a while. I guess because it was going into the Super Bowl, but it was amazing. Justin Tucker. They there was like one person said, Justin, something's going on, and Royal Farms stopped the chicken from crossing the road immediately. The end. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. But Brian Yetta,
Has
Royal,
he been released?
huh?
Has he been released? Officially released.
Yes.
So now we got to worry about him being picked up by someone else in our division.
Well, the rumor is every everyone in social media said now the Cleveland Browns will take him and give him 200 million guaranteed because they're not too smart over there. They got the bumper clots in the front office. It's. I don't know what would happen. I would think I would think that maybe he'll retire I don't know. Somebody would probably pick him up. Would you? If you want if you want a team and you had a terrible kicker, would you consider?
Even if I didn't have a terrible kick, I would pick him up. Justin Tucker at 70% is still 100% better than 65% of the NFL.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me look at my notes here. He calls this girl gangster assassin just kicked on. Gangster. Hello. I'm sorry. Go back. You said 70%?
Justin Tucker at 70% is still 100% better than 65% of the NFL.
Okay. So you would keep him. So if you saw him on another team this year,
I would be hurt,
would
especially
you
if it was in our division.
would you root for him except against us?
Against us, no,
Mhm.
but outside of that, yes.
Is there any other player in the NFL that you root for that was a former Raven?
Basically all of them. If you ever wore that black and purple, I kind of love you for life, unless I'm going against you, and then I want to destroy you. I want to cause bodily harm to you.
The wig is wiggin'. Gangster assassin, you are being difficult. I'm sorry. Please, Mr. DJ Rock, could you say that one more time?
I said anybody that pretty much wore the black and purple, I kind of always root for them, unless we're going against them. Then I want to cause you bodily injury. I really want you to be hurt.
You know, I do not root for that wide receiver. Um, he went to Arizona. He was upset that he wasn't getting the ball, and then we throw him the ball. He dropped the ball. This is for Lamar Jackson.
You talking about Hollywood?
Hollywood. That's the name. Hollywood. You wish you had stayed. Your body can't lie to me. Maybe that should not have worked for Hollywood. I should have said that for someone else. I know he wanted to stay, and but he wanted the ball,
Yeah,
and he went to a quarterback who was worse. But I get it. That was his teammate. Now he's in. Is where is he? Cincinnati?
I don't know where he is.
I can't remember his city. Kansas City.
When he was here.
I did too. But once you leave, for me, once you leave, the way he left because he was complaining, that turned me off. Um, I was sad about Terrell Suggs.
Right.
That hurt me. I wanted him to come back, uh, and we had to play against him, and it was good. We won. He was in Arizona, and then they came here. But you know, Suggs is one of my
Yeah, that whole
favorite.
situation with Suggs though, that's like your wife being a virgin and you marrying her, right? And she go out and cheat on you and have a baby. That's what it was like with Suggs leaving to go to Arizona.
Uh, I I don't know if I understand. Wait a minute. Let me say that again. I need people to focus, and I need if anyone say
Suggs leaving us to go to Arizona.
uh
It's like you marrying your wife and she was a virgin when y'all got married.
uh
Then she cheated on you and went and had a baby.
uh no, I think that's much worse.
Yes.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's the same thing because it's best I don't talk about that right now because that situation for me would result in crime tape and chalk outline. That's so I'm going to leave that one alone. Have you had ganja and chitalins? You sound high on the hog.
No.
Okay. I'm just making sure. Wait a minute. Chiefs last year. I missed some. Oh, I missed what? Oh, Chiefs with maybe that was for Hollywood. Hollywood's with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just know I am a Justin Tucker fan. I feel like I believe he is probably facially just a face. I think he is maybe Lamar's number one, but Justin clearly number two. If he walked in any room in Baltimore without his uniform, you would know immediately who he is. You know, I think about with that time Yale had that picture with the middle linebacker. What is your middle linebacker's name?
Um,
He came from Chicago.
Smith.
Smith, yes. Yeah, Yale saw that picture with him. I did not know who he was. I didn't know. I would probably know Marlon Humphrey. But and now maybe Kyle Hamilton. But as far as immediately, Lamar and Justin Tucker. And with all those commercials, I it's sad. It's sad. He may have had some Aki. Listen, tell you about Aki. I ha- I have a small issue. See, she baited me into this conversation. I'm gonna come back to Justin and all the other people. But if anyone has had Jamaican, have you had Jamaican food?
Seafood.
No, 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 no. Jerk chicken,
Yes.
curry chicken,
Yes.
kalaloo.
No.
It's like the Queen calls it like Jamaican greens, collard greens. It's a vegetable. It's very good. Um, goat, curry goat. Any of those things? I don't think I've
Yeah.
had the goat. You've had the goat. You like the goat? There's something called ackee, which grows from a tree. I guess it's technically a fruit. I was going to say vegetable, but it's a fruit. It to me it looks like eggs. It reminds me of eggs, and it's good for breakfast. The problem that I have with this, and I'm thinking that shout out to Clayman Stevenson. The NFL is hypocritical in everything they do. They don't have the moral high ground. However, the Ravens did the right thing. He's saying the Ravens did the right thing by getting rid of.
Yeah, but it was 9 years ago.
Yeah, you know,
If you can touch my hand in the cookie jar, spank my hand. If my hand is out the cookie jar and the cookie jar is closed, you can't come spank my hand now.
but what if your hand was in the cookie jar and just for some reason, for a long time, I did not want a cookie. And now I go in there and go, oh, what the hell did DJ Rock Knight stealing my cookies? That's your ass. That's what I'm thinking. So because you do something wrong, it does that mean you should never pay if you are caught.
You know our system. They didn't just find out about this. They our the one thing I can say about Baltimore, we're never ever shocked by surprises. We had the intel. Is this a matter of okay, do y'all get the intel? That's where the problem come in.
So you think they knew,
Yes.
and because he was doing so well, they let it go.
Yeah.
But it did not come out until now.
He
So
had a rough year and they made the deciding factor easy.
Queen, I know it's a fruit. I said it was a fruit. Back to the Aki. She's throwing me off with the Aki. I'm going to tell you something about that Aki. But back to what you said. So you think that because of the time they should let it go? Just move on.
Yes.
Pretend it did not happen.
I didn't say pretend it didn't happen. I mean, we could suspend him, we could fine him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have to totally release him.
Oh, you saying punishment, but that was too much.
Yes.
Oh, okay. You said you had me worried for a second, especially with their wife and the cheat. I did. You lost me. But your Rock Nice,
Yes.
he's back. Just letting them know. So, okay, what would you have liked to have seen happen? You,
Based on
what do you think is fair?
the fact that no one was actually violated, I'll say 3 games beginning of the season, maybe a $10,000 fine.
Question. Someone said, "Let's go Royals." Do you know who that is?
Yeah, that's the Love Dr. Bernard Morgan.
Is he's a Royals fan?
He's a Kansas City fan, period. He likes them Chiefs also.
Or has he been doing weed at Chitlins?
He might have, because he's a hound dog.
That's going to be my favorite thing to say. I will make sure I say that before we go off the air. Let's go Royals. I don't think so. Okay, so you said $10,000.
Yeah. Or a week salary, a game salary.
Okay, and move on.
Yes.
Well, it's going to be very interesting because
What you said, he didn't violate anyone. He just left some extra fluids there when he left.
left fluids, I believe he touched people, but it was made to look like it was accidental. You know, like he did not grab or, but I believe parts of his body touched while they were massaging, and he would kind of shift and turn. You ever, and I can see you, DJ Rock. Have you ever? I'm gonna mention something mild. You ever been watching a movie, then you stretch and then put your arm around someone? You know that move.
When I was 15.
Okay, okay. Just making sure. So I think as you get older, you've ever been in a situation where you're laying down and you decide, I'm going to turn towards my significant other, and then I will actually touch part of them, but my hands are up here, but something else will touch. You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
So I'm thinking that something like that, except he's awake and she's not expecting. And I think he did that several times.
Is
And
she laying down with him?
no, she's standing next, he's on the table and she's standing next to the table, touching everything else. That's what I think. And then he trying to yell, "Shut it!"
Yeah.
That's what I think. But it looks bad. So I will say this. I was listening to some people, and I don't have the name of because the first time, just this show today, for the first time ever, has a guest host on Welcome to Birdland. For the first time ever, the Ravens drafted a kicker. A kicker. Do you think
They said he's pretty good.
do you think there's pressure on this kicker?
No.
I listened to a
From what
woman.
I've been told, he's already doing it real big.
He's okay.
Yes.
There was a woman on another show. I don't know. I don't know the show. I was just listening. She said she felt sorry for him because he's coming into a situation where the previous kicker was the greatest, and there's also the sexual allegations, and that it's just a tough situation for him, and she feels bad for him. My personal thought is she's out of her mind because I do not feel bad for this young kicker who is living out a dream to play in the NFL. I don't feel sorry for him at all. It's probably a perfect situation for him because they had to get someone. Yes, it's tough because he's a rookie, but it's his job to lose because who is it going to lose his job to?
Right.
It ain't going to be Justin because he's not competing. They'll bring in someone. They might. How's your hip? Your hip okay?
Yeah.
You might be able to go in there and maybe you could. I think you could kick a 10 yarder, but I don't know about much more than that. But I can see you kicking 10, maybe 15, if you get you don't do you do Mountain Dew?
I do.
Okay. You can hit that Mountain Dew and plenty of sleep first, then Mountain Dew, then you might be able to kick a 15 yard. You could make him nervous inside the 15. However, no one I don't think he has to worry too much. Too much. Brian, yeah, I'm sorry I didn't catch this early with the Lokman no hands. You on fire today, Brian? You on fire today? Listen, there's a lot going on in the news, a lot going on with the Ravens, and Baltimore. It's so much happening. And I just want to tell everyone again that I'm so honored to be here and I'm happy to be here. I thank DJ Rock for rolling with the show and putting on again a fantastic gospel show uh, over the weekend. I just thought it was amazing. Um, let me see. And whatever we talk about, DJ Rock, if you think of something, we can always come back to it because I will probably think something also. But I want to make sure we definitely had to start with Justin Tucker and the Ravens and the kicker, the young kicker that they got. You're expecting him to carry on the Tucker tradition.
Well, I don't know a whole lot about him. I was having a conversation with my mini me. My mini me seems to think that this kid is going to be a good addition, a great addition to the Ravens. That he has a pretty strong leg. He's pretty accurate. They said he's already has a record for kicking 170 yards. So let's see.
So I, I'm I'm with you. I'm hoping for the best. We've had a we've been very blessed with kickers, except for that one kind of moment. But Matt Stover came in and he was automatic, and then we had the little Hushmanzada and not Hushmanzada. I can't remember the kicker's name, but we had it might be no Hushmanzada, but we had a few kickers in between. But Justin comes in his rookie year, and we won a Super Bowl. So at least Justin's career. Let me ask you: is he a Hall of Famer?
Very much so.
I totally agree. I don't know if this will affect. It's not supposed outside of the game is not supposed to affect your selection. I mean, he has as of right now, he has the record for the longest field goal. He's got a ring, all pro, Pro Bowl. He's got it all. And I must admit, I like that Royal Farms chicken. They don't do jerk chicken, but you like Royal Farms?
I love Robert Farm.
Okay. What do you like?
I don't think Justin has anything to do with the recipe of Royal Farms,
But he did make me try. In Jamaica, we don't have Royal Farms in Jamaica. Now I will say that we have KFC. Do you know minimum 45 minutes to get into KFC in Jamaica? It's the greatest chicken in on the island, man. Yeah, man. 45 minutes if you're lucky. And there's only three on the whole island.
Mm.
Just thought I'd share that with you. Just thought I'd share that, Wagwan. Anyway, chicken is chicken. You know, we look chicken all over the world. All right, let me take a quick look. Let me keep talking NFL, stay in the NFL real quick. I'm going to, oh, by the way, the NFL draft next year is going to be in Pittsburgh. I don't know if you knew. They just released in 2027, the draft will be in DC. How do you feel about that?
Close to home.
Yeah, I don't know where, but yeah, we're getting closer. I need more teams in Baltimore. I need things happening in Baltimore. But you know, it's getting close. Oh, one other thing. Let me find something. I wanted to talk with you. Let me see if I can find it. I have something here about Jesse Smollett. You remember him?
Yeah, that's the guy from
It,
Empire.
yes, it just.
So beautiful. Shake it, shake it.
Oh, I got to give you your close up. One more time.
You're so beautiful. Shake it, shake it. Go up there, up there, up there. Shake it back.
In case no one has told you, you look. Oh, I don't know. Brian Yetta, man, he's quick on the Google. Yes. I got to look on here. Montego Bay has the number one KFC in the world. Just to let you know, and I have not been there yet. Anyway, just so quick on Jesse Smollett. They reached a settlement in a civil lawsuit, according to federal court dockets. I don't know what it is. You remember that whole situation?
Yeah, he lied, said he was sexually assaulted and robbed and raped, and it was all a publicity stunt.
Had news around his neck, going to somewhere at what 4 in the morning or something crazy, and but they turned around and sued him for 130,000 for
That's all.
well, just for restitution for there's a lot of overtime people did, so they're just trying to get that money back for
What are
paying.
you talking about? The state?
You're right, Chicago, yeah, Chicago, the city. They was just trying to get things back, but that just happened to cross my desk, and I thought I would just put that out there. I don't know if anyone cares, but I used to watch that show. Okay, cool. The NFL, I love stuff like that. I love just things popping up in the news. That's why I wanted to talk more about Smokey, but I got to worry about a thing. Why, Rock?
Why?
Because every little thing gonna be all right. That's all I want to say. That's it. Anyway, what happened, Queen? Whopping. Ah, everything I read. Okay, first, so we know that the draft will take place. So it's one little thing I want to talk real quick about the Ravens while we're still talking Ravens, and then we'll move on because I can't wait to talk about the Browns and Shakur. I was going to say Shakur. No, that's Tupac. Tupac Shadur. No, Shadur Sanders. But we're going to move down. First, the Ravens schedule, I was looking at, and we were talking about this. They're going to release.
On the 14th, correct?
Yes, yes, yes. They're going to release the schedule on May 14th to 25, 26. This is what I know so far. So far, the teams that, and we talked about this a little, well, I saw you talking about this on a previous show. The teams playing out of the country. There's the Chargers going to Brazil. There's the Colts going to Berlin. There's the Dolphins. The Dolphins going to Madrid. There are the Steelers going to Dublin. The Jacksonville Jaguars, they always play in London. They should just move. No, apparently they don't want to play in Jacksonville. They're always in London. The Browns in London. And the Jets are also in London. And what I was worried about is the Ravens play away. Well, it's away games. They play the Browns, they play the Dolphins, and they play the Steelers on the road. So there's a good chance that we may have to get up.
They go to London.
Yes. Or get up early and watch the game from here. So instead of 1 o'clock, what's that, 9 o'clock? Those London. Wait a minute, let me make sure I got that right.
I would do it.
The Browns in London. The Dolphins, where are the Dolphins? Oh, Dolphins in Spain. Still got to get up early. And the Steelers, where the Steelers? Steelers are in Dublin. Still got to get up early. They're not playing in Jamaica. We can still be on Eastern Standard Time. No. So Ravens may have to go out of the country to play a game. And let me ask you, if the Ravens had to play on the road, which game would you want it to be? Would you want it to be
Cleveland.
the Cleveland game,
Cleveland or Miami?
but not the Steelers?
Definitely not the Steelers.
Would it be, remember, it's a road game, so you'd rather for the Ravens to play in Pittsburgh?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because it's already going to be a dog fight. I don't want to have to deal with the elements of traveling and jet lag and so forth and so on. No.
The prediction, if it is the Steelers, there will be so many because the Ravens travel. But I think the Ravens are underrated. The Ravens fans are underrated, and they travel as well. And there would be that plane. I would not want to be on that plane. I want quiet while I'm over all that water. Once we land, we can talk shit, but I don't want no talking while we're in the air. I don't want no nonsense. Wear your jersey, be quiet, talk in line while we're boarding. I want the plane quiet. I don't want anyone, I could see someone, drinking on the flight and ruining it for everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I would love to go and see the Ravens in another country. I would love to do that, but I want them to win. Oh my God, I can't imagine spending that money because it's going to be a vacation, and yes, it's probably going to have to be mixed in with anniversary and everything else. All of that time, they better win. I don't want to say, well, I had a good time anyway. No, because I don't have a good time when they lose. I could be home on my sofa watching them and they lose. I can't say I had a good time. No. So I can't imagine spending a bunch of money and yelling, oh, 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 and being hoarse for them to go down.
While we're talking about the Ravens, did we get Keith Mitchell back this year?
Yes, he came back this year. He came back.
Yeah, but he only carried the ball maybe what 3-4 times.
I think he'll be ready more. Oh, look at little tiny feet. I think he'll run more because by him coming back, I think they wanted to see him. I would love to see him counter uh Derrick Henry. I would love to see him get more of that in. You know what I mean?
Yes,
And I like Mitchell.
a lot.
I think personally, I think the only reason he got hurt was he was doing something and he just made a sudden movement when he didn't need to. I remember watching that going, why did he even do that? But I just think it was such a freak thing that it won't happen again. Size 6.5. Your feet ain't that big. They look smaller. 6.5 is still adult size. You do not have adult size feet. That's all I'm saying. Melissa Boyd, Wagwan. Speaking of, is chicken feet a real thing? You're talking Haitian. Don't bring that chicken feet to Jamaica. Don't. One love. Okay. We got that other way to travel. No concerns. You're not worried about only the Steeler game.
Yeah,
All right, then real quick, I'll just say one
the
time.
Steelers or Jacksonville.
You don't want Jacksonville. Well, we don't know. We don't play Jacksonville on the road this year. The road game, in fact, I'll tell you right now, the road games this year, Buffalo, and I ask you every week, and you feel free, you can change your mind, but I think you'll still be consistent. What do you think about road game Buffalo?
I think we can get them.
Tough game? No, I think it'll be revenge, and I think they will play the way they should have played.
The later part of the season.
Hopefully,
It was cold.
hopefully.
Yeah.
But I think they'll be mad because they should not have lost. And hopefully Mark Andrews gets in that game and redeems himself. It's a new year. I've always forgiven. I was mad for a couple of weeks when he dropped that ball. Well, that's not true. I'll be mad every time I think about it. But it's a new season. Buffalo, of course, we got Cincinnati, Cleveland, and Pittsburgh. I'm the toughest of the three for me is Cincinnati.
Yes.
I'm not worried. We don't even know who the quarterback is. They did not even go after Shador, which is hilarious. We're going to talk about that shortly.
Well, regardless of who the quarterback is, Tomlin always plays us tough.
He does. But I believe that is more has to do with Harbaugh. I think if Harbaugh, like for example, Harbaugh last year, the first game was a lot of drop passes. It was so much nonsense, Tucker missing field goals, all kinds of stuff happening. When we played the second time and in the playoffs, we played the way we were supposed to. Gave it to Derrick Henry, run over, run over. Lamar, throw, run. We played like we were supposed to play. And I do believe that if Harbaugh keeps that mindset and don't try to get cute, our kicker, by the way, Melissa, our kicker is a we just drafted a new kicker, and we'll get into more of that next week. Now, I know you have to come back and watch the show next week. King Grody will be back here by then. You have to watch this show next week, and we'll talk about that. But we don't seem to be worried. Please lose that wig and accent before May 3rd. Let me explain to you. We're jamming. We're jamming. Anyway. All right, so we got that same thing. The other teams, Green Bay. What do you think about Green Bay?
Not worried.
Not worried about Green Bay?
You can stop a monkey hole in Green Bay.
Okay. These are the two toughest games we have on the road next year. Minnesota. What do you feel about the Vikings?
Be a tough fight. If we're gonna get them, I'd rather get them early. I don't want to get them late in the year.
Mm. And of course, Kansas City.
Yeah, I don't care when we get Kansas City. We owe them some good back. They got an ass whooping coming.
That is going to be a national game.
Yes.
Kansas City, in fact, where's my pen? We're gonna actually no, I'm gonna do that next week. In fact, I'm going to tell King Brody to do that next week. Come here with him. No, I got a show next week. I can't do it next week. I'll be on I think I'm on the West Coast next week. Get your tickets for DELROY Marley live. I'll be in probably, I think next week. I think I'm in San Diego. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. So Kansas City, Minnesota. Tough games. I'm thinking that Kansas City game will be national. And then the home games, of course, Bengals, Browns, Steelers. But then we also have the New England. You worried about the Patriots?
Not at all.
New York Jets?
Not at all.
Chicago Bears?
Not at all.
Okay, that brings us down to Los Angeles Rams.
Interesting game.
I think so. That could possibly be national.
Yeah.
Houston.
Not worried.
Detroit.
Good game, but I'm not worried.
I like the way you do business. Oh, that's a movie. I agree with you. I agree with you, Rock Nice. I think that. All right, now let's look at the time. 8:27. Oh, time is moving. Okay, now I want to talk about. Let me say this as I bring up the next person. Not last week, the last show. Now, I watched the last show, and you and King Brody were having a conversation. And before the show went on, he asked you about Shador Sanders. And
Travesty.
he said,
Travesty.
give me Shador Sanders.
Travesty.
Do you remember what you said?
I think I said Pittsburgh.
No.
What did I say?
You said the Raiders.
Oh, yeah. The
Because of Tom
Raiders.
Brady.
Tom Brady.
Ah, it's coming back to you. You've been doing weed and chitlins. You're high on. Yes, sir. What do you, okay. What was your feeling as it went past, oh, wait a minute. New England hasn't been a threat since the core team left. I agree with you, Melissa. I'm sorry, Melissa. Did not kept that. Oh, wait a minute. What? Hospo? Who did? Okay, it's a lot happening here. Let me give you, and I see someone named Johnny Lang saying awful. We don't need that kind of we don't need that it's draining my energy. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, what was your thought on as it got
Travesty. 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 T-R-I-S-T. Travesty.
what wait. What was it?
Travesty.
Spell it again.
T-R-I-S-T. Travesty.
Okay. So what did you think should have happened? Should have gone in the first round.
Very much so.
First five?
No.
Okay.
Because the first 5 teams didn't need a quarterback.
Okay.
I do believe if he wasn't going to be the first quarterback off the board, he should have been at least the second.
I I I don't know how to say
Travesty.
I don't understand what okay, I don't know what team is the worst. Because now
Cleveland.
well, I'm thinking the
Pittsburgh.
Steelers. I'm thinking the Steelers a bunch of bumper clocks.
But they relying on Aaron Rodgers though. They think that's gonna be their savior.
They and apparently they did not watch him last year. The Pittsburgh Clocks. I'm going to make a shirt. The Pittsburgh Bumper Clocks. No, no, no. How could you let any? Oh my goodness. But it's okay because I don't like you anyway. I don't like your team, but it's okay. Um, well, let's just take a quick look. This is what I find interesting with Cleveland. They have I did their quarterback depth
It's
depth
five
chart.
of them.
Huh?
5 of them.
They got you can't forget Deshaun Watson. You can't.
Deshaun Watson.
Two, they just paid someone some money, Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco is number two. Then the string is not Wilson, but Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
Draft Dylan, Dylan Gabriel. And then it takes Shador Sanders. 1, 2, 3, 4.
5.
I don't understand what's going on over there because it does not make sense. And then they need to leave room because they're supposed to get Justin Tucker. What you think, man? No?
No.
I mean, I
It's gonna be interesting to see how they play.
what is your prediction? Who's going to be starting? And by who's going to be starting September? Who's going to be playing starting in November for Cleveland?
Blackout.
You think Flacco?
Yeah.
So Flacco will start in September.
In September or November.
Well, I'm saying September. Who do you think will start at the very beginning? I don't think Washington.
Deshaun Watson.
You think he'll be fine? You think he can start?
Yes.
Okay.
He's the big man. You got to go with him. He's the big man.
So you think Deshaun can start in September, even with his injury and whatnot?
Yeah, I think week 1, week 2, you got to play him for the sake of saying we didn't pay him this money. We got to get something out of him. I'd say week 1, week 2, he goes down to injury.
Uh-huh.
Kenny Pickett replaces him. Don't get it done. They bench him and put in Flacco.
Okay. Then after Flacco, you say no Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett's gonna come in after Deshaun, and he ain't gonna get the job done. They're gonna bench him and put in Flacco.
Oh, I see. I see. You think Pickett first, then Flacco,
Yes.
and so will Shador
No.
play? He will not play in. Do you think he'll play in next year?
No. Too far down on the depth chart.
I don't know what's going on in Cleveland, but I'm glad it's Cleveland. I don't like to see Shador. So let me. Do you think there's no way they're going to keep 5? They can't keep 5 quarterbacks. So this is my prediction. They're going
Shador's
to,
gonna be year 3.
huh?
Shador's gonna be year 3.
Well, I believe they're going to say that Deshaun is not ready for this year. I think they're just not going to let him at least start the season. I think that will come out early. He's not ready, although he says he's going to be ready and whatnot. I think that Deshaun. I think they're going to pass on Deshaun, and I believe this is my prediction. It's going to come down more so to Flacco and Pickett. Now, first, I think they were stupid for not keeping Flacco in the first place because he did get them to the playoffs the year before. I just think that they was not smart. But I think it'll end up being Flacco, Pickett, and I think Shador is got something to prove, and he's going to move on past Dylan, and then we just have to see what that season looks like. So if the way for Shador to get in is for there to be a blowout, one way or the other. They're losing by 50, they're winning by 50. That you know what I'm saying? And he can get some time in. But we'll probably see a lot of him in the preseason. You think that's safe to say?
Yes.
I agree. Uh, the Browns drafted Gabriel and Sanders currently holds the highest spot on the depth chart. The Browns' decision to draft two quarterbacks has created a crowded QB room. Speculation about the future of the position, according to reports from sports news outlet. That means absolutely nothing. But that's a lot of quarterback. So we're gonna stay on the Shador Sanders topic for a moment. What do you think about the fake phone call?
And
You familiar with that?
then you say something about pigs and
You weed and eat chitterlings
right.
because it makes you high on the hog.
Yeah.
So is that what was going on?
I think it's a bunch of cover up there also. Um, I get it. Yeah, there was his son that did the prank, but I don't think he was oblivious to it. For one, the information he needed to make that phone call happen, you don't just leave it out like that. You know what I mean? And how did he know where to go to look for it again? How did he know you had?
Well, me personally, I think that to leave information like that out, I would imagine all coaches, people do it all the time because no one would think that their son would be that stupid to do something so dumb. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So to I I understand the coach. I actually understand that you got your papers here and there. You got your information, but you sit and think that my son, who is an adult, he's a man, he's in his 20s. He knew what the hell he was doing, and for them to try to say he accidentally or mistakenly, no. At that age, he went looking for that number. So, for example, I see stuff around the house all the time. The wife has books open, paper here, all that stuff. So yeah, I could be on the phone talking and just looking and see a phone number or see some personal information. I just see it. I don't have a need to call. You know what I mean? So I'm picturing his son had to, and he with a friend of his, and he's probably a spoiled brat, went looking. Hey, guess what? My dad has phone numbers here. Oh, there's Shador Sanders. Let's call because they're probably watching the draft and they knew what the paper was. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
I just, I just think had I put it this way: certain fathers, you may not hear from that son certain races. certain certain races, you'll be like, I haven't seen your son since he made that prank phone call. Is he okay? Father would say, don't worry, be happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's don't worry about it. He ah Clayman Stevenson says they will cut Shador. The fake call, people should have been fired. Well, the result was the Falcons was fined 250,000. The coach was fined $100,000. That's a lot of money. And I would still be putting my Timberlands on the ass of my son. I'm just saying, $100,000 is a lot of money for anybody, any coach. I put it that way. You think that's fair?
It's a start.
It should be more. Let's see. Let me just see what the Falcons accepted because the Falcons knew it was going to be serious enough. Let's see. Uh, We were proactive. The team says we appreciate the NFL's swift and thorough review of last week's data exposure. They call it data exposure. Yeah, okay. That's polite. In the event that transpired due to it, we were proactive in addressing that situation internally and cooperated fully with the league throughout the process and accepted discipline levied to Coach Albrecht and the organization. Well, you had no choice because not only did they make their call, it was videotaped on both sides. So he videotaped himself making the call, and Shador is thinking it's a real phone call, so they wanted to record the event. So you got the recording on both sides. There's no way you could get out of that. Uh, Anything else? The phone number obtained from his father's iPad. So I'm picturing a papers laid out. He went through an iPad to find the number. He has since apologized, but remorse alone won't prevent his father or the Falcons from incurring fines. That's right, and I agree. I don't know if they can fire people, but what they could have fired the coach. They could have fired the coach, and every time I see the coach, and every time I hear this team, I will think certainly of all of that. Let me see if there's anything else. Confidential data is inexcusable. My son's actions were absolutely inexcusable, and for that, we are both deeply sorry. What do you think he did to his son?
Nothing.
What would you have done to your son?
Oh, my son would got the skin ripped off his butt.
That's what I'm saying. Sanders received a call during arguably the most agonizing portion of his surprising slide down the draft boards from a potential top 5 pick to an eventual 5th round pick of the Cleveland Browns, adding insult to what had already been a difficult experience for the Colorado passer. Theories flew around the interwebs on whom may have placed the call, but it did not take long for the young man to admit that he did it, reaching out to apologize Sanders directly and publicly. Man, I don't know. It sounds bad to me. So, and on that subject of Shador, I got something else, man. Did you know that there is a fan suing the NFL for $100 million for Shador being picked in the 5th round? What do you think? Well, he says, and I'll read the first couple of lines. It was immediate frustration. He filed a lawsuit. His name is, we're calling him John Doe. He told the Independent this guy was projected to be first or second pick, no later than top 5, and to watch mediocre players be chosen before him, it was frustrating. I'm This man is 55 years old. I didn't know that. I'm just reading this now. 55 described draft day as one of the biggest days of a player's life. Oh, wait a minute. And to have all NFL owners collude and not draft him, it was mentally frustrating and debilitating. Do you agree with that?
No.
Doe, who has no personal connection to Sanders, went on, for them to believe that they can just do this and there's no recourse, it has to stop. So he's taking it as as collusion on NFL. First of all, let me say I totally disagree with the collusion of all the teams because the Ravens did not need a quarterback. The Ravens have arguably the best quarterback in the game and just picked up a backup. So no, every team did not need a quarterback. Let me ask you a question, Rock, and this is totally hypothetical and your opinion. If the Ravens did not pick up Cooper Cup, right?
Yes.
Do you think they would have taken Shador? Not necessarily in the 1st round, because I don't believe they would have done it. But if he was available later, second or third,
Yes.
you think they would have picked him up?
Yes.
I tend to agree. I don't see it makes no sense to me, man. And I know that you, when I look at someone like you are excited for Shador and you're watching. So as you're watching the draft or as you're hearing about it, when he did not go in the 1st round, what were you thinking?
I was disappointed. I was like, this can't be happening. Then I purposely watched it. I don't watch the draft after the second round.
Right.
But I purposely watched it. I made it a point to be in front of the TV for round two. It didn't go in the second round. We got to the third round, I'm like, this is unbelievable, man. Something got to be going on. I just couldn't believe it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I did not know what you think. Now, I was at the time of the draft. I was out of the country at the time, so I am looking at text messages, and I was able to pull up the draft. So I was able to see who was going in, and at the time I was having dinner at the time, and I could see where the Ravens were coming. I could see, the different players being picked. And I don't know, I don't roll with college like that, but I was curious as to see the position. So as I'm looking at the names, and I saw Travis Hunter go by, and I saw the first pick was Cam Hayward. I can't remember, but I saw the first pick, and I'm looking and I'm thinking, where's Shador? So I went right to the Raiders because I remember you saying Tom Brady won't let him go. And I see that the Raiders drafted a running back. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So I'm scrolling and then I'm double checking, triple checking, and I'm thinking maybe something's wrong. And I'm refreshing, and I just see that he's not picked. Um, and I see that we get a safety. So I'm just like searching and searching, and then like you say, the next day I'm thinking, well, he's going to go early in that second round, and I'm looking at these teams, the Steelers, I'm just Browns. I'm looking at all these teams, not the Browns because the Browns made their selection, but no, Browns did not pick their quarterback until the third round. So now, yes, I was looking at the Browns. I'm like, well, they didn't, so I don't know what's happening, but everybody seems to think collusion. But I don't know. No waste of a draft pick from Clayman Stevenson. Clayman! Anyway, let me slide on to this. There was one other thing that King Rody had left for me to talk about. Let me go through the papers because I see it's 8:47. I'm go. Oh. Former Raven player. He was a wide receiver. You know who I'm talking about? No?
No,
I'm gonna show you his picture. Take a look over the paper. Can you see?
that's Smith.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed.
Okay.
It is Steve Smith.
Yes.
He is being sued.
Or
Do you know what he did?
no, I don't.
He had an affair with with a okay. I'm going to read the title. Ex Panther. I'm not going to say ex Panther. Ex Raven great Steve Smith sued under home record law for alleged affair with Ravens marching band member. What is going on?
Come on.
What is going on? The marching band. Remember when he was in the marching band uniform and he came out on the field um one of the pre-games. I don't know if you remember that. But I'm thinking there's
He
more.
plays the drums or something, right?
Yes. So he hooked up with someone. So when they landed, and it's like, I got a good idea. Maybe you should be in the marching band with us. And Steve said, okay, I'll play drums. It's so funny. Let's see here. The husband of the woman who reportedly had an affair with Smith is suing the NFL great for over $100,000 in a civil lawsuit filed Tuesday, according to the Charlotte Observer. And if you are there, Brian Yetta, you might know more about this. You might have more coverage. Uh, I don't know if you remember a few years ago, Fantasia. You remember?
Yeah.
She's from North Carolina and she had an affair with someone, and that woman sued her as well because they have some kind of home record law. You sleep with my husband or wife, I can sue. So this man over sued for, it says over 100 grand. The lawsuit, which was filed in Mecklenburg County Superior Court in North Carolina, accused Smith of engaging in a months M-O-N man. No, like I was going to spell method man. Anyway, months long affair with a member of the Ravens marching band. Smith reportedly met the woman while filming an episode of the NFL's Most Interesting Jobs with Steve Smith. I did not know there was a show.
Me either.
But for the NFL Network, per the lawsuit, the two exchanged contact information and allegedly sent each other sexual text messages. The lawsuit then alleged the woman visited Smith in his hotel room in January. Smith, who also played, oh, now they throw the Ravens in it. Did you see how they did that? Was back in town attending the Ravens playoff game against the Buffalo Bills. Oh, my good. So, even though he was not in the game, apparently Steve Smith scored. Anyway, a month later, the woman's husband posted messages on X accusing Smith of an affair. The man reportedly called Smith and confronted him over the alleged affair. Smith reportedly responded by repeatedly saying, "I'm sorry," during the call. Let me tell you something, man. I can't imagine, I can't imagine my wife having a months long affair and then I call the man, because if I can call you, I can find you. That's me. That might be the Kingston in me. There was an Emerson Village and Kingston. So the Kingston in me says, if I can call you, I can see you face to face. And again, we already talked about chalk outline and crime tape. That's not going to be pretty. But if I know I can sue you, maybe I keep it together and win some money first. But anyway, he says, "I'm sorry," during the call. Smith can be sued under North Carolina's alienation of affection law. According to the Charlotte Observer, the law allows a spouse to sue a third party for destroying a marriage. It is also known as the home wrecker law. Steve Smith is a home wrecker. In order for the lawsuit to be proven, the man must show there was genuine love in that relationship before Smith got involved. Smith was married in 2000 and has 4 children. What you think, man?
Get over it, man. Your wife is for the streets.
He's for the streets. Listen, hey,
She did it with him. She ain't did. She done did it with somebody else.
if I make a call to thinking, if I'm thinking, man, I can call Steve Smith and I say, look, I know you have 100,000, so 100,000 I can get. I want an extra 100, so you just give me 200. You keep the woman. I need cash, briefcase, duffel bag, whatever. I don't want to pay taxes. And we can let this slide. I can sign something, we won't talk about it. Otherwise, I slip and come in and I'm still getting your money. That's the tool. Kingston ain't claiming your ass. Yes, Kingston is. That's the Kingston and me. And Jamaica Queens. That's all I'm saying. Panthers battle cry to beat the drum is a ritual before the games. Amen. All right, now before we go, I see the 8:53 before we go, and it has been so much fun doing this. I hope to do it again as I come back around, and hopefully. Now I was thinking with the gospel show and the arena players, which first of all the arena players, that is a historical place. There have been historical people in that building. And I was thinking that maybe I could do a show there next time. But I think I have too many fans. I don't think the place would be big enough. But if I perform for you, Rock, it would have to be a secret. because so many people would be disappointed that they could not get in. And we don't want the place surrounded. It's hard to get in and out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Okay. But before we go, Babylon, said the record straight. And I see that the queen is doing. You see that you're talking. I'm wondering if there's a key. Let me before I mention this last piece of paper here. Aki, I was telling you about Aki, man.
Yeah.
So Aki, it grows on a tree, man, and it grows. It looks like I don't know. It's in like some kind of shell type cover. I don't know how to describe it, but it's to open, right? If you eat this before it opens, it's poisonous.
Really?
It's poisonous. Yes, man. It's poisonous. So this I don't understand. No, I like it, but I found out information about this. It is poisonous if you don't get it when it's ripe enough. So I need to know who was a genius to try this after a couple of people have died. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you have to be on that weed, man. And chitlins. Yes. You have to be smoking. And no one seems to understand my thinking of this. I am looking at this fruit and I say, let's use people here for example. I say, Nicole, try this. It's our key. Nicole says, okay. Nicole goes and she bites into it and she eats it and she dies. Well, that's not a good idea. So now I go, you know what? Let's wait a little bit. Let's wait 2 days and try it again. Lavender, come here now. Try this. The lavender eats her. He drops dead. It's poison. I'm sitting there and I'm going, okay, well, let's wait 5 days. And then I go, little feet, try this. Ah, she don't make it. Man, what kind of people are sitting around with a poison fruit? How long do you have to try before someone says, oh, it has to open first? How many times, when are you going to eat it, Rock, after you see someone die? Does that happen?
No.
It doesn't make sense, man. It does not make sense. It is because if that was on any other island that did not have the great ganja, it would not work, man. If I can't take milk that's the same day as the expiration, I won't drink it. I'm certainly not going to wait longer. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
All right. Well, as before we wrap this up, there's one team we did not talk about, and that is the Baltimore Orioles. I'm sad to say that the Orioles are in last place, not the end of the world. They are 13 and 20. They are 5 games out of first place, Yankees in first place. So just say Yankees, Red Sox, Blue Jays, Rays, and then the O's. The O's, I don't know what's going on. And I remember King Brody was saying he was not in a panic mode at the time, but I think there were 2.5 games out of first place. Now they are double that. They are 5 games out. And I think what needs to happen is first step is get to 500. It's like I don't care who they're playing. It doesn't matter. They have to get to 500 before you can even build. So 5 games out. It's still early, but now we're in May now. Tonight they're playing the Twins. The Twins, as I look on this paper, they are in fourth place. Twins are 15 and 20. Orioles are 13 and 20. This is a good time. This is a series that's within their grasp. I must say that the O's have a lot of injuries. Injuries happening. My man DJ Rock Nice, you're an O's fan.
I am.
Are you in panic mode?
I am. Because at one point, we don't want to be so far in the hole that we can't dig ourselves out.
Yes.
Can I make a statement?
Yes.
I had the honor and privilege of going to the game last week when we played the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Judge is huge. I have never in life seen him. I had to call King Brody and tell him because where we were sitting at, we were sitting directly in between right field and center field.
Ah.
So I could see him up close and personal. He does not look like a baseball player. The dude that was sitting in front of me said, Aaron Judge needs to have on a helmet and some shoulder pads or have a basketball in his hand. He is huge. It's like unreal. Like he was standing on the field. It is so abnormal. He looked like a grown man playing Little League Baseball. That's how big he is. And it was funny because he hit a home run, right?
Right.
The second of it back, they walked him intentionally, right? So he does have the long ball, but as a right fielder,
Mm-hmm.
he is slow down. Anything that's going anywhere near the wall, he ain't gonna get there. He ain't gonna get on the spot to go. Go get him the source to go get it. He ain't got no wheels, you know.
Right.
It's like I think it might have been like the fifth inning. He got a base hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's on first. Runners at first and third. Runners at first and third. It might have been one out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like he took a little lead, and whoever the pitcher was at the time, and like went over to first base. They was like, "Shouldn't you going away? What you coming up for?" It was interesting, man. It was a really, really good game. Um, I enjoy. I just hope the Orioles can bounce back and get it together, and them young guns we got on our team can dig us out and turn this around. You know.
Right. Well, oh,
One last thing. Um, Bautista.
ah,
Listen, I'm a baseball fan. Um, I'm familiar with the Orioles, but if I had to name names,
mm-hmm.
that's not my strong suit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the only ones I really know are like our power players.
Mm-hmm.
This was the bottom of the eighth, right?
Yeah.
Everybody that was sitting around me kept yelling, "Mountain time, mountain time." I'm like, what in the hell is mountain time? Because I'm out of touch. I don't know, right?
Yeah, man.
We go to the ninth inning.
Mm-hmm.
The stadium lights go out.
Oh.
It's completely black in there. And then the lights started flashing and they started playing a song.
From The Wire, right?
No, they didn't play the song.
Oh, man.
They played another song.
Mm.
But Felix Bautista walked out and the stadium went crazy. On the Jumbotron, all you saw was mountain time, mountain time. So I got it. But I swear to you, I didn't know that was coming. And I was like, how do they know they say mountain time? But he's the closer. So that's when he's supposed to be coming, you know?
Man, he's looking good, man. Listen, he did not play last year. He had an injury from the year before, and the worries of him coming back. He seems to be strong, and he seems to be, they're bringing him in gradually. He seems to be that man that he was, and man, he's on fire, man. The man's on fire, fire. They and I see Clayman says O's knew they needed pitching. The problem, their pitching, man, every year it seems that there's so many injuries. Uh, to they just get so many injuries, man, and I don't understand. Uh, I mean, I guess it has to happen to everyone, but it just seems that we have to weather the storm, and it's just work our way. Like this is a team, this is a series that we can get on track. We did good beating the Yankees. You said there was a fight broke out when you went to the game.
The team fight, man. The bench is clear. It was I had never seen it before. Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you something interesting.
Mm.
All right, what happened was um, Cedric Mullins
Yeah, man.
stole a base, right?
Yeah.
The second baseman for the Yankees tagged him a little hard, and him and the second baseman were having words. While the two of them was having words, I don't know who it was, but someone from the Orioles ran from the dugout. When not the the dugout.
Mm-hmm.
When he ran from the dugout, after he started strolling past first base,
Mm-hmm.
so did the team from the Yankees. They started collapsing the way he was running. That caused the rest of the Orioles dugout to 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 clear, right?
Uh-huh.
But here's the funny part: it's cleared, right? But the bullpens are side by side, right?
Right.
The pitchers in both bullpens, the Yankees and the Orioles, are running from the bullpen across the field, and they didn't engage with each other until they got to the infield where the rest of the fight was going on. So I want to fight you, but I'm gonna run next to you all the way till we get to the fight. Then we're gonna fight. That was so funny to me, man.
You know, I did not think of that. That's exactly what happens because they wait till they get to the infield. Interesting. And so you saw the whole thing. You saw where you was you were sitting by the bullpen?
Yes, we were sitting
Okay.
between right and center field.
Okay.
So when the fight broke out, all of the pitchers in the bullpens, in both bullpens, which are side by side,
Mm-hmm.
they're running on the field, right?
Right.
But you're running next to you're Oriole, and you're running right next to a New York Yankee. But you don't engage with the New York Yankee until we get to second base where the fight is.
Interesting. Oh, so I need to. I did not see that, but I'm going to see if I can pull that up because I don't even recall that being even talked about on the sports show.
They said King Brody pitches.
Oh, but then we'll, you know what? Tell him to post and we'll post next week.
Okay.
I'll you tell him, and we'll get them posted on the show next week, and then maybe they can be posted on the page uh as early as tomorrow.
Okay.
So I think that's an excellent idea. So tonight the Orioles are playing the Twins. I don't know what the score is now. It should have started. Let's see. They're playing Central. Yeah, the game should have. It might be like fifth inning.
Yeah, we got ties to the Twins.
Oh, that man who hit my team.
Yeah.
He hit someone on the Orioles. You know,
Yeah.
maybe we need to. You think we can sneak a call in sometime after the series?
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. I can try to line it up.
Yeah. Even if it's a quick, it doesn't even have to be on the show. We just get something to record a video, and then I love to post
Yes.
it.
I'll see what I can do. I'll reach out to him. It's good friend of mine, Latroy Hawk. He's actually a pitching coach for Minnesota.
Oh, so he's there. Okay. So we're definitely going to we try to reach out to him. Okay, first let me say finally, you have anything to add? Anything?
No.
Let me say one thing. I'm so honored to be hosting Welcome to Birdland. It is a big deal. By the way, I I have a new song coming out called "I Shot the Deputy." So it is on fire. It is, yes. I shot the deputy. Everyone knows about the sheriff, but the deputy took one too. I got him. And someone asked me about my first single way back when. I let you hear a little bit of it. It was real quick. It was about the relationship. Everything's about the relationship. And it was Rock. Can you beatbox a Jamaican beat, a reggae beat? Yeah, yeah. There it is. There it is. Right. My lady, she called me on the phone. She said, "Won't you come over?" She said, "I'm all alone." She said, "Won't you come over? Come on over tonight." I told the lady that I would, but I really meant that I might. Now did I go now? Okay, that's enough. You don't need no more. Y'all can't take no more, not for free.
What
Stop.
Five Twins?
Oh, that was painful. Painful. Okay, well, with that being said, let me just let you know. Shout out to my cousin, number one reggae artist, Bob Marley. Shout out to him, and just saying great music from that man. Shout out to my people in Jamaica. Let me let you see that sign, the Jamaica colors, man. Shout out to Usain Bolt and the bobsled team. Anyway, with that being said, DJ Rock Nice, it was always a pleasure, man. I hope to see you again soon.
Sir.
And we will break out from here. I instead of usually we break out with a natty bowl or something, but no, we're gonna roll out with the Jamaican flag today. And you'll see King Brody next week, and hopefully we'll have a surprise phone call, video, audio, or something from the man Latroy Hawkins. Hopefully after an Orioles win as far as the series goes. Thank you so much. Thank you, DJ Rock. We see you all soon. Oh, oh, woo, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, man. Ah, ah, ah. Keep it going, man. Keep it going. Booyaka, booyaka. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, boom, boom.